Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about the backpack that I plan on using for my thru hike on the Appalachian Trail in 2023. But let's back up a minute. I want to tell you about the pack that I did have for my section hikes of the Appalachian Trail the last 2 years. That pack is an Osprey or a 65 liter. Osprey has great bags. They're the Cadillac, they're a tank of a bag. They're just awesome. I have never had any issues carrying a load with my Osprey or a 65 liter, ever. Always comfortable. Love it. But I knew if I was going to be hiking 2,200 miles, that I needed to pare down my gear as far as weight as much as I can. And the biggest thing that I had that weighed the most on my gear was my bag. At 4.5 pounds, I had to find something lighter that would work for me. So I knew I needed to go ultralight somewhat, and I didn't know what bag to get. So that would even come comparable to my Osprey. So I started researching. I started watching YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos, and I followed quite a few people on their thru hikes. So I also went back, and after they finished their thru hike, I wanted to go back and see if they posted about post-hike gear reviews, and that's what I did. And I found a lot of post-hike gear reviews on ultralight bags that weren't so good. They loved the bag, but rods would pop out, straps would break, buckles would break mid-hike. So I knew I didn't want to drop a lot of money because they're expensive. I knew I didn't want to drop a lot of money into a backpack and have to worry about replacing that bag halfway or when I was almost done with my thru hike. I just didn't want to have to worry about it. Now I know that that could happen to probably any bag out there, but it just seemed like it was happening a lot to certain ultralight bags. That being said, the pack that I decided to go with is an Osprey. Osprey has this, let me see if I can move this back so you can see it maybe a little bit better. Okay, so Osprey has an ultralight bag, and it's the Osprey Lumina. I went with the 60 liter. There is a 45 liter out there also. And they do have it in men's, and I believe it's called Levity. But it comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And mine is a medium, and it comes in at 1 pound, 8 ounces, I believe. 1 pound, 8 ounces. So I'm saving a lot of weight just switching my bags from 4.5 to 1.8. I mean, it was a no-brainer. But I love Osprey. I found this bag and I was like, what? Osprey has an ultralight bag? I hadn't even heard of it. So I bought it. I wanted to try it out, and that is what I did a couple weeks ago. I was on the Appalachian Trail trying this bag out, and so far, I love it. It does really well. So some things about this bag is it does have a brain. It is not detachable. It is attached, it's sewn on. It has quite a bit of room inside the brain. If I can find it. Maybe. Oh, it's closed. The only zipper in the bag is on the brain. It has quite a bit of room. I don't know what I'm going to be putting in this yet, because normally on my other Osprey, I detached the brain and wouldn't even use it. So, but this one's detached or attached, so I will be using it for something. And then it's a typical backpack. It just opens up. It has the typical cinch down parts of it. Opens up really wide. I have some things in here to kind of keep it form for you so you can kind of see what it looks like. But now a lot of people were really scared about how fine this material was. You know, it seems tough. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just not worried about it at all. I trust Osprey. And then the front bag here, or the front part of it that wraps all the way around it, is just a heavier denier fabric. It feels really nice and strong, but it covers all this thinner material. So the front pocket it just bellows out. The one thing I will say about this material is it is not stretchy like some of the other bags. It doesn't stretch like my old Osprey. It's stretchy material. This is not stretchy, although it does have like a little stretchy part here on each side, but it does not stretch. So, but I had no issues like getting my puffy in here, my rain gear, and my filtration system. That's what I put in here, in my ground sheet. Put that in there also. It does have 2 pockets on the side, 2 nice sized pockets on the side. Again, it's not stretchy material, but you can either put stuff in from the top, or you can put things in through the side, as in a water bottle. I'll show you that. So it can either go straight up and down, or from the side, which I always like to do it from the side. But I also have a water bottle holder on top front too, which was a little difficult to put on, but I got it. So we're good. But the thing about this is it has a full internal frame. It has the trampoline mesh like most of the Ospreys have. It's an aluminum frame. It curves around like a woman's body, so it just kind of hugs the body. It has the exofoam up around over the shoulders. It is not as thick as my traditional Osprey, but it's still comfortable. The other thing that's really different that I'm kind of getting used to is it has no side pockets. They've left out the side pockets, and the hip belt itself is a little smaller. It does have the exofoam and the mesh covering to keep you cool. Again, I had no issues with it. I thought, would I miss the side pockets? But you know what? I never really used the side pockets. I put things in them, but to be able to reach in or unzip the zipper when you have it on and reach in, it was just, I never did it. I might have stored things in there, but the only time I would get in them is if I had the pack off. So I'm not going to miss that. I do have a fanny pack that I wore this last section and a couple weeks ago when I went down, and I'll just use a fanny pack for anything I need to throw in and have ready for me. So yeah, I mean, you know, you can tell that the straps are thinner, as in width. They're not as thick. And the buckles are a little smaller than normal. You know, they've cut down on some of the foam and some of the material. But you know what? They had to pare down something to make it an ultralight bag. And to take, you know, a bag from 4.5 pounds down to a little under 2 pounds, you know, you're going to have to pare down something. So I'm just super excited about it. There is a port here for a water bladder. You can put a water bladder in this. I don't use that, but you know, you could if you wanted to. But I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to work out perfect. And the thing that really kind of just tipped the scales for the Osprey Ultralight, because I was looking at another one too, the thing that really tipped the scales is the Osprey's almighty lifetime warranty. I mean, if anything happens to it, they'll fix it, replace it, and I'm sure if you know, something went wrong and I told them I was on trail, that they would probably send me out another bag. That's just how confident I am in Osprey. So anyway, that's it for my bag. That's the one I'm choosing, and this is what's going with me all the way to Mount Katahdin. My next video, I think I'm going to be doing maybe an unboxing of the quilt that I bought. I'm switching from a traditional sleeping bag to a quilt. So as soon as I get that, I might do a little unboxing and a video on it. So you can kind of see what I'm taking with me this spring as far as my sleep system is concerned. I'll try and do another video before then, though. I'd like to go over what shoes I'm going to be wearing, what I'm going to be having on my feet. And, you know, I think that's just super important. You know, they always talk about the big three. I really think it should be the big four, because I think what you wear on your feet is just about as important as the big three. So I think I'll do that video next. It might come up in the next week or so if I have time. But until then, I'll see you later, and be kind to each other.